Now, history books have no label for an equality-based equal money system. It's never been done before. So you can forget everything you ever learned about money or economics because it doesn't apply. And within the equal money system, all preconceived notions just need to be dropped. No, it's not communism. Geez, I'm tired of hearing that when I talk to people about it. Would it be some kind of a socialist state? Not really, but kind of by current definition of socialism. But it would be a new form of democracy, one that real democracy where everyone's vote would count or will count. It's a total, the proposal is a total, complete new way of government. I mean, it's never been done before. And it will never have to be done again once the equal money system is implemented. Now, there's naysayers out there that say a system like this can't work, but they're really just closed-minded. No, if you don't look at it, really investigate it, study it, and look at the possibilities, you just can't get it. Like I said earlier, you got to just throw out all your preconceived ideas, everything you ever learned before. But these people, they can't consider new ideas. To them, it's okay for people to suffer. It's okay for those 6 million babies to die every year. It's okay for that struggle is good. We're supposed to struggle to survive. After all, it's a dog-eat-dog world. A dog-eat-dog world. That's an interesting phrase. Where that comes from, it's dogs will fight over food, because each one would want to get enough food to survive, and actually my own dogs showed me how and why an equal money system will work. I have 7 outside dogs, and I'd feed them every morning and every night, but I'd have to stand out there with them while they ate, because some would eat faster than the other, and they'd gobble up their bowl, then they'd want to go over to the other one's bowl and want some of theirs, and if I wasn't keeping them away from the other dogs until they finished up, boy, the fight would be on. And they were fighting over food, and they would eat so fast. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Then I went out and I bought a few of those automatic dog feeders, where you put the food in them and they can go up and push in and eat whenever they want to. And I was absolutely amazed at how quickly these dogs figured it out, that there was no food shortage. They didn't have to worry about food. They didn't have to worry about gobbling their food up. The food's always there, so they just go eat when they're hungry. I mean, actually, it's kind of interesting to watch, because it's like they take turns, and it's not unusual to see 2 of them at a feeder at the same time. So once their basic needs were met, that fear of survival was gone. So fighting over food totally stopped. And actually eat less food now than they used to. So they really provided a real good example of how, once basic needs were met, to just get along. I mean, surely we humans could get along, you would think. once all of our needs are met, and no one has to fear for their survival. Another thing about this money system is, this current system, is that at some point in the distant past, somebody just made it up. It's just all made up. Think about that. I mean, when you were a kid and if you made up a new game, you always made the rules where they kind of skewed everything in your favor so you'd win. Well, that's how the money system was set up. It was just made up. And the people who made it up so that, they made up the rules so that they were going to win. But you know what? We can change the rules. We can make rules where no decision will ever be made again that's based on greed or self-interest. Where every decision is made in the interest of what's best for all. Rules that ensure that everybody wins. And common sense tells me that if it's best for all, it's best for me too. So I'm convinced that an equality-based equal money system is the only viable, non-violent solution to the world's problems. Really, envision what it can be like down the road some years, where every child born has had the opportunity to get an education, specializing in the field of his or her choosing, so that they can make a contribution to the whole, doing everything for the betterment of all. And isn't that really what it's all about? There won't be any shortage of laborers. And even if there's some amount of time that would be compulsory, like 4 to 6 years of required work, who wouldn't be willing to do that if all their basic needs were being met? And they'll be compensated for their efforts. And envision a world where no parent would ever feel fear for his or for their survival or that of their children, knowing that they will always have food, housing, health care, access to clean drinking water, and education. Where no woman would ever be at the point where she would have to prostitute herself to keep a roof over her head and to feed her kids. Where no parent would ever have to sell their child so that they could survive. And envision a world where no one ever had to go to bed hungry. A world where we actually preserve and conserve the resources of the earth. A world where everyone is equal and every decision is based on what's best for all, and no decision is ever made where greed or profit is the motive. See, we have a chance to stop this never-ending time loop that we've been in. History has just repeated itself and repeated itself and repeated itself. We keep making the same mistakes. And it's like that old saying, if you keep on doing what you've always done, you'll keep on getting what you've always got. Well, that's us. That's what we've been doing. But what it really, really comes down to is those 2 simple rules that Jesus gave us a couple thousand years ago. The first one you may have heard said different ways. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, or give unto others as you would have them give unto you, or give to another as you would want to receive. It's any way you slice that, it's all the same. And then the second rule, of course, is to love your neighbor as yourself. Investigate equal money. It really will pave the way for mankind to actually live together in complete harmony with each other and with nature. See, heaven on earth is possible, and equal money is the solution. Join us. Go to equalmoney.org and really check it out. Participate. Let your voice be heard on how this can be implemented. I'm one vote for world equality and an equal money system. What's your vote going to be? Thanks for listening.